Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today we'll be looking at how to make a simple bubu kaftan with fringe at the down part. So here is me marking out my starting line. I'm drawing on my starting line like so, and then the the fabric is folded into four. The next thing I'm going to do is from my starting line I'm going to be taking my half length, my hip line, and then the full length of the bubu I'm working with, like so. Like so. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking my shoulder measurements, which is 8. Then from that 8 inches I'm going to be taking my sleeve measurement. So for this you can take your desired sleeve measurement. For this there is no standard for that. Then from that sleeve measurement I'll come down by 1 inch. Then I'll be taking my neck width of 3.5 inches, like so. Then from my neck width to where I have my shoulder slope, I will draw a slanted line like so. Like so. Then from my armhole, I'll be coming down with 10 inches. Since it's a bubu, it's a kaftan, it's not a fitted dress. So I came down with 10 inches, and from that 10 inches I went in by 2.5 inches. It will serve as my curve when I'm curving it out. Then the next thing I'm doing is I'm dividing my hip divided by 4. Then I'm adding an extra 5 inches. So depending on how loose you want this to be, you can divide your hip by 4 and add 4 inches or 5 inches, but it's preferable to add 4 to 5 inches. So this is what I'm doing from my chest line straight down to where I have my full length. So that is what I'm doing, like so. Hope you can see. That is what I'm doing, like so, and that is that. Then I'm going to be connecting all the lines I mark from the place I have this my armhole curve. I'll connect all the lines together like so, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking my neck depth. So I'm using 1.5 inch for my neck depth for the front and the back, but I'm cutting 1.5 each for my neck depth for the front and the back, like so. Then I will also cut out where I have my shoulder joining, leaving 1/2 inch of sewing allowance while cutting. Then the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting out my fabric like so, following the lines that I marked, like so. I'll cut it out. So now I'm going to be taking one of the piece to make it to be my front piece, since the front piece is having a v-neck. Now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get my half length curve. I'm trying to get my half length which serve as my waist, so I'm notching this place. This will serve as where my pocket will be. That means the place my pocket will start from. So I'm taking one of the fabric like so to serve for my front piece. So for my front piece, I'm having a v-neck, a slanted v-neck for my front piece, which I'll be coming down like, let's say 7 or 8 inches thereabouts. Remember, I already took 1.5 inch when I was marking it for my neck depth. So I'm going to be minusing that 1.5 inch from whatever measurements I'm going to be taking, as you can see, like so. So yeah, I'm taking like 8 inches for my neck depth for the front. So I'll use my ruler to connect it like so. Then I'll cut it out like so, and there I have my V neckline. So this will serve as my front piece. At this point, the breeze was really disturbing me, but then we have no choice but to lay it down back so you can see it like so. So I have my front piece ready, I have my back piece ready also. So I'm going to be using a hot iron to remove the fabric label on the clothes. I don't like using kerosene because I believe it will leave some smell on the clothes. So I'm going to be using a hot iron. So for here, I'm trying to cut out the facing for my front piece, which we are going to be placing on the front. As you can see, I'm using the bridal satin doll face. Then I'm going to be marking it at 2.5 inch. My facing will be 2.5 inch like so, all the way down to where I have the v-neck. I hope you understand that. So I'm going to be using 2.5 inch all the way, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, all the way down to my center front. So I'll cut out like so, following the lines. So I'm going to go over to the back piece. Also, I'm going to take the back piece and place it on the bridal satin doll face. Then I'm going to cut it out like so, making sure I use 2.5 inch also. So this is what it will look like by the time I do my ironing, my paper stay on it. This is what it's going to look like. I'm trying to illustrate it here to show you what it will look like when I'm done sewing. Also, thank you for watching my video. For those of you that have watched my video and subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and everyone who have given this my video a thumbs up, I appreciate you all. I'm grateful for watching my video. Thank you. So I'm going to be doing the same thing for the back piece also. I'm folding my bridal satin. I'm using a shiny face. I made a mistake. It was not a doll face, it was a shiny face bridal satin I'm using. So I'm going to be placing my back piece on it also, and I'm going to be cutting out like so, making sure I'm using 2.5 inch for the width of my facing. I'm pinning it down as the breeze has been disturbing, blowing away my fabric, but then breeze got nothing on us. So I'm cutting it out like so. Then for the width, I'm using 2.5 inch for my width, like so. Then I'm also coming down by 2.5 inch also. So 2.5 inch all through. Then I'll cut it out like so. So this will serve as my back facing for my back piece. I'll be ironing my interfacing. The interfacing I'll be using is paper stay. I'll be ironing it on the facing. So for my front piece, I'll be placing my facing. I'm using the wrong side of my fabric to place my facing. That means the facing is going to be on the wrong side of the fabric, as the facing will be in the front. I hope you get that. The facing will be showing at the front. So I'll notch and then I'll top stitch it. Make sure that the facing is on the wrong side of the fabric when sewing it, as the facing is going to be seen in the front. I hope you get that. So I go over and turn it to the front, then I'll hold it down using my sewing machine to hold it down like so. As you can see, it's coming out beautiful. So this is what I have like so. Yeah, and this is for the front piece. Same thing I'm going to do for the back piece. The wrong side of my fabric is where I'll be placing my facing. I hope you understand that, because the facing is meant to show in the front. I'll top stitch like so. Then I'll hold it down. I'll turn it over to the other side and hold it down like so. Next thing so the next thing I'll be doing is to join the shoulder. So I'm joining the shoulder like so. As you can see, this is what I have. Then I'll be placing my pockets. On that place I add my notch. I'll place my pocket like so, and I'll top stitch on my pocket also. I sort of feel like top stitching on your pockets make it stays in place. It doesn't shift. It makes it even look neater like so. So this is what I'm doing, joining my 4 pockets to my fabric like so. So I went ahead to weave my shoulder joining, as you can see, as shown in the picture. So next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be folding my sleeve like so, which I'm doing. I'll fold the other side also. Then the next thing I'll be doing is I'll be joining the 2 sides, that means the bodies from my sleeve to my pocket, then all the way down to the full length of this bubu I'm working with like so. So if you have any video you want me to do for you, you can drop it in the comments, in the comment box, and let me know. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you find this video helpful. If you like this video, also subscribe to my channel. So I went ahead to weave all these sides. Then I'm using this fringe. This fringe is about 20 inches long, so I'm using it. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be placing this fringe on the right side of my fabric first. I'm placing this on the right side of my fabric. I'm stitching it down like so. Be careful when you're stitching this so you don't stitch on the fringe on the long side of it. So carefully place them and arrange them properly. So I'm stitching it down like so. Arrange them properly, as sometimes it can get in your way of sewing. So I'll stitch it like so on my right side of the fabric. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'll also stitch I'll stitch it on the other side of the fabric. That means the back side of the fabric. I'm stitching it like so. I hope you get that. First thing I did was I stitch on the right side of the fabric. Then after stitching it, I flip it over also. Then I'm stitching on the back side of the fabric. So this is me trying out the dress. This is the final look of this dress. As you can see, it came out perfectly well. It's giving me that rich auntie vibe. So this is something you can wear for your casual wears, you can wear for your hangouts, you can wear with your wig and your makeup, and you're giving them this rich aunties vibe. So if you find this video helpful, give this video a thumbs up, like and comment. Thank you.